Hey guys, it's Katie at scrappingkatie.ctmh.com, and we are bringing you day 3 of the 12 days of Christmas memories with Miranda and Lisa. And day 3, the challenge is Cup of Cheer, and so I have a very fun layout to share with you.
Okay, so for day 3, the Cup of Cheer, still from the same photos of our day 2, my Christmas past. We always have, or we usually have Christmas at my house, and I'm in charge of the fun, fruity drinks. And so we have the kids' drink, which is Grinch Punch, and then the adult beverage, which is Rudolph Punch. And so I have a couple of photos of those drinks as well as the ingredients and how to make them. So I thought it would be fun for today's challenge is to go ahead and scrapbook these 2 drinks. So I'm going to keep with the Jingle Joy paper packet from Close to My Heart. And I think I'm going to utilize the Christmas tree pattern. And then I have some leftover stickers that I really want to use up, as well as just some scraps. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I just have a bunch of scraps that I'm going to want to use. So I'm going to pull out some of those from my stash, and then we will see how easy this layout comes together. I don't know about you guys, but I just love fun drinks at Christmas, and it's just kind of become something that my family expects. My kids, my nieces, my nephew, they expect too. And it's so fun, especially now with Pinterest. These drinks were actually done before Pinterest. That's how far back these photos are from. But it was fun to, research drinks, find new ones, and of course every year they are coming out with new ones. It's amazing to me. So I'm going to pull out some black cardstock to mat those. Now, to save paper, I usually like to cut my photos down. And so I'm actually going to make my photo mat 6x4 or 4x6. And then I'm going to also mat them on white. So that means I'm going to have to trim these down, which is no big deal. Then I'm going to grab some white cardstock and then trim it down to 3 7/8 by 5 7/8. And that's just going to leave a tiny black border all the way around this white photo mat. And then I'm going to trim my photos down so there'll be a tiny little white border around it, or around them. Okay, so off camera, I've gone ahead and trimmed down my photos and matted them. And you can see it's just a tiny mat around there, but I really like how that looks. Okay, so I really like this heart pattern. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these zip strips, which is the equivalent of a branding strip. I'm going to use them on top and below to kind of anchor that. So just like I did with my other layout, I'm going to add some ink to these pieces just to kind of definitely draw a line between all the patterns. Okay, so I've already edged distressed those, and I'm just going to adhere these pieces down. I'm pretty sure that's where I want them to go. If you are a follower of mine, you know that I don't usually lay things down until the very end. But I'm pretty sure. I think I want to do this kind of 2/3. So have that up at the top more. And then I will attach this zip strip at the bottom and the other one at the top. I love zip strips because they're perfect for layouts, but then you can also use them on cards if you're a card maker. It's just that perfect little 1/2-inch strip, and then of course since it's 12 inches, it can be cut down to any size. Okay, so for my title, I'm actually going to use the theme for my title, so it's going to be a cup of cheer.
And I've pulled out the simple serif uppercase alphabet stamp set and thin cuts. And then I've pulled out a piece of clover cardstock. And then just a scrap piece of the flamingo cardstock that I am going to kind of move letters around and try to get cheer out of. So I'm going to go cut these off camera.
Okay, so I cut those out and I did kind of shift everything down because I think I want cup of cheer right here. And I'm going to try something. So I have this Holiday Happenings sticker from the Jingle Joy sticker sheet. And I'm actually going to save that by sticking it on a piece of wax paper. And then I am going to fussy cut around this sticker.
So I'm just going to fussy cut around, leaving just a tiny white border all the way around. And then I'm going to mount it on some white cardstock and put my title in the middle.
Okay, I've got this cut. I think I am going to play around with the placement again, and I'm going to speed this up because the rest is just going to be embellishments and then trying to figure out where these are going to go.
So I'm going to work on my title first, just by laying out these letters. Again, I'm using just the die cut letters from the simple serif stamp set and thin cut, but it also comes with the stamp set. So it comes with tinier letters that you can stamp over those die cuts. It's just a really cool look, but I decided just to do the letters. So I'm just going to use some mono adhesive. And this is the green top. It's probably my favorite of the two Tombow mono adhesives. It's almost like a softer feel. It doesn't give such a rigid, dry line when the elements dry. And of course, I had to pull out my big roll of 3M foam tape to put on the back of that title piece. And then I'm going to do a couple of thread jumbles in pink to kind of bring out the pink in that cheer to create that visual triangle. So I'm attaching those thread jumbles to my layout base with liquid adhesive and then put that 3D foam tape in the title over them. So for my ingredients, I'm going to adhere that down, and then I'm going to jazz it up with a stamp set. Now, this is the Jingle Joy scrapbooking stamp set, and there's a little dotted line on there. So I thought that would be cute, inked up in Clover ink and just stamped a few times in between the two recipes. And then I'm going to take a shimmer brush and highlight the names of the drinks. So I've got my flamingo. It's a brand new one. So you want to take out that yellow ring and then twist the top on. Make sure it's secure. Shake it really well. And I'm just going to, since it's brand new, I just put a little bit on a scratch piece of paper and then color over those two names of the recipes. I'm going to add some white detail using my gel pen to cup of, and then just add a couple of stickers to finish this layout off. Now, I do end up adding itty bitty sparkles after the fact, and you'll be able to see it here in the close-up. And don't forget that this is part of a YouTube hop, and there is someone playing along on Instagram. I'll leave all those links down below, as well as all the links of the products that I used. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. If you liked what you saw, I would love for you to leave me a comment and give me a thumbs up. And as always, I would love to have you subscribe and sign up for notifications so you won't miss a thing.